Today we have quite an interesting vinyl player on the test. First of all, it's pure and simple. A Russian development from scratch. You remember the Eco BT from its premiere became a real hit in every sense. Most of the units were sold, so to speak, right off the bat, but that's not surprising. At an average price of $15,000, it offered truly maximum sound, quality, and reliability. And it practically had no competitors. Secondly, let's not forget it's already 2024. Even CDs are now an outdated format. Cassettes, tapes, all of this has become a niche for die-hard audiophiles in their homes. And vinyl, which was essentially invented by Thomas Edison back in 1877, almost 150 years ago, is now practically mainstream. Strange millennials are buying records by the dozens. I won't even mention the average sound enthusiasts. They regularly buy. And this is with the price for a new medium being $2,003 and more. Yes, how is this possible, friends? Just think about it. The first samples essentially had the same working principle. Yes, instead of records, cylinders covered with foil or paper soaked in wax were used. The needle extracted sounds by moving along the grooves. Well, it's all the same. Emil Berliner, in 1897, refined the technology and came up with samples very similar to modern ones. Records spending 10 years searching for the perfect material for their production. In the end, at that time, the best material became shellac, a substance resembling wax produced by tropical insects from South Asia. Friends, you see how complicated everything is with this vinyl. Even back then, there were problems. Still, what the heck is vinyl? Now there's Kobo's Tidal, where you can listen to master copies anytime, anywhere. And the price for all this 24/7 per month is cheaper than just one of these records. Well, how many songs are there, friends? Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 songs, right? And the price is 4,000 to 5,000 rubles. But then you subscribe to Tidal. Well, okay, to Kobo's. It works without a VPN. And that's it. Enjoy. Get a great DAC, buy a good source, and everything will be awesome. Although, to be honest, there must be something wrong with me too. Because I have vinyl, friends. Look, it's white, cool, and most importantly, inexpensive. Less than 30,000 rubles with an elliptical stylus. Frankly speaking, I take it in my hands, look at it, and definitely the price should be, well, certainly more than 30,000. And it's nice because Russian manufacturers offer products at really good prices. Judge for yourself. Of course, the protective cap, which is also the lid, is plastic. It's of fairly decent quality with a bevel that adds a certain design element. It looks stylish. We open the lid. The table itself is white, specifically this device. And I'll say this, if you're choosing a player, definitely go for the white one. It looks significantly more expensive because I compared the finish with the Planer 10, which costs 150,000 there. Yes, of course, the Planer has completely different technologies. But you know, next to it, this Premiere also looks stylish. And also because it has a redesigned logo. Look, now it's not the same one I criticized in the first episodes, even on the amplifier. It's three-dimensional. It's really pleasant to the touch. You want to touch it, you want to look at it. Next, the mat. They made their own logo here. This shows that details really matter. I always pay attention to them. And please notice that the company didn't hesitate to order a branded mat. They didn't just buy some no-name one, but specifically with their logo. This again shows that the guys at MMC are meticulous. Look, friends, this is how you set it up. And if you don't set it up accordingly, it won't spin. The drive here is belt driven. The motor is low noise. Although we will turn it on now, let's just power it up and simply try it out. You will hear this low noise motor. By the way, I immediately point out a downside because it's not a standard connector, but rather, let's say, a trimmed one for 220. So we turn it on. 33 RPM, and let's listen to how it will sound. Well, yes, it's practically inaudible. I can hear the fans from our lighting. Here is how the motor works. There's nothing. Well done. And we saw how it functions again. So essentially it's like an automatic machine when you put on a record. Friends, by the way, let's experiment now. Like, let's take a Beatles record. We have a few of these records, old format. Yes, they're a bit dusty. Of course, I would like to point out that it's better to use an ultrasonic machine for cleaning. So let's put it on. Friends, I would put it on now. But I haven't removed the protective cap from the needle. Look, let's do it after all. According to Feng Shui, everything, let's secure it. And be careful with them. How many of my clients who buy products at the lowest price have ruined these needles? When children, women and so on just pressed carelessly like this and everything broke. Well, and so carefully it fell very slowly, very, let's say, subtitles made by Dematizov with such an audiophile twist. If there are no speakers, please, you can listen like this. Bring it to your ear and everything will play for you. Also such a moment when the record reaches its last song. Accordingly, it should turn off. This is a plus. The tone arm is great, both in appearance and quality. And what I really like about it is the counterweight. Let's take it off now, friends. And you'll see how cool they made it. Not just a piece of metal, but also with such a texture. Again, these are small details, very cool. Here we have a notch, making everything easy to adjust. The choice of anti-skating, also very elegantly executed. The fonts are beautiful, everything is clear, but there's an immediate downside. It's not made of metal. The speed selection, I think, is metal. It is also pleasant and stylish. Take note, if they had inserted something like this here, it would be a perfect score. By the way, the Bluetooth button is touch sensitive, friends. Can you imagine you just press it like this and immediately the so-called pairing occurs? Another nuance. At the back, friends, at the back we have detachable cables, unlike Rega. The phono preamplifier on board is of more or less normal quality, and for the most, so to speak, peculiar people who think they've outsmarted the system, there is an option to connect computers and digitize the recording. All of this is already available on torrents, friends. Everything has already been digitized and done much better than you probably could. Therefore, for enthusiasts, although if you have some truly exclusive records preserved, then by all means you can digitize them and listen with the clicks, which I think makes absolutely no sense, friends. And the cherry on top, friends, is the feet. There are 4 of them, and they are about the same as in the lower model, although they are also of high quality there. Why not 3? Why do some manufacturers think that 3 supports are better, while here there are 4? Please write in the comments overall which is better. Maybe they should have been set up, not 4 but 5, or even 6, or maybe 8. Who decides, friends? In my opinion, 4 pieces after all. This is the optimal option. Let's listen. A week with this player, comparison with the lower model, comparison with the Planar 10, comparison with the Planar 8, comparison with the Planar 3, friends, which has the LS cartridge. What can I say? Is it worth overpaying or not? Well, undoubtedly this device plays significantly better than the EQ BT. You can feel the class immediately. And visually it is also better. Simply the best. Yes, it's not as cool as the Rega for 150k, but it truly performs. It justifies its 30,000 rubles because, for example, I listened to Rammstein on it. Now the song Adieu Penultimate, the last one I think in this album, Adieu, yes, the penultimate one, I think is about some lyre. Also, by the way, it's cool. In general, the album, for me, it's a revelation, because when I first started listening to it, say, the first 3 songs there were generally incoherent, but practically all the others up to the last one are just bombs. And I listened to it on vinyl, it's cool, although vinyl doesn't convey that drive, that punch. But there's a pretty decent middle, just for variety, let's say, as a comparison. It's cool, and on top of everything, I needed to test it, look at it, evaluate it, record it, add this experience to my knowledge bank. And I like the difference from the first model. I'll repeat. It's really there, you can feel it, you can hear it, anyone could tell the difference. And even from hertz to kilohertz, one can hear that there's a difference. So I liked it. It's dynamic. If you compare it with more expensive equipment, but again, that's not really fair. Well, you know, $1 million for a turntable, and here it's 30,000. Well, of course, $1 million is $1 million. The 10th plan A, the R50 plan, Rondo is better, but if you want to get a serious ticket, almost not in the front row, but let's say in that area of the theater where everything is visible and audible, well, yes, you can definitely go for it, and you absolutely won't be disappointed. Moreover, you will already feel confident. As for Michael, even with the dog, he performed much better. The difference was greater compared to a more budget-friendly solution, and let's say there's less difference with more expensive devices, although undoubtedly there was a difference. So don't think that you are there at all, whatever you buy there, a mid-range ton of wine or an expensive primer. Yes, if you think that you bought there, well, devices trick the system there, replace something in it. No, it's not always like that. More serious equipment, but again, if it's a top brand, they monitor their reputation. They have a specific model range. So, but you won't be able to there. Replace something high-end with a manufacturer from China. Well, don't deceive yourself. I also want to there trick the system. Sometimes you think you bought something there, you tricked one thing, another, a third, but no, friends, if, let's say, your neighbor installed a top-notch monoblock, top-notch source, top-notch preamp, top-notch acoustics, then it will sound better for them. Who is this device for? Yes, should I? For all those people who want to get a stylish, cool item, don't want to spend a lot of money, and want to get sound out of the box without any settings. Essentially, you turn it on and forget about it. Again, there's Bluetooth, which is a cool feature for wireless speakers. So you can place the vinyl somewhere nicely on stands, make it look good. All of this, set up the records, and you don't need to place the speakers right next to it. You can set up a wireless stereo pair, for example, somewhere else, and even from the side it will look nice. So it's on the side, and the speakers will face you, and you'll be changing the records in a stylish way, getting up, spending your energy, taking them out, switching them. In general, all of this is inconvenient, but there are, how to put it gently, masochists who enjoy this kind of thing. Therefore, this device will make your life easier without any problems. You can also connect headphones, for example, some cool, high-quality ones, like KEF U7, and again, you don't need to enjoy it. Let's listen to how it plays. For this, we'll need a record. I have several of these, I repeat. The album itself is from 1963, friends, just think about it. And the record is from 1987. 1987, I was 3 years old then. Ah, cool guys, right? Well, let's get the vinyl. Naturally, it's wrong, so you can write in the comments what a scoundrel I am. We open the protective cap. It's quite decent. We place the disc. Take the tone arm, let there be music, friends. There is something after all. There's a certain thrill in taking the record out of the sleeve, looking at it, remembering all those numbers like 87, 63, and so on. Well, there's a little charm, probably that's what it's worth. Those 3, 4, 10, 100,000 rubles. Probably. Let's go. Pretend that I'm missing, the lips I'm missing.